Alright guys, so with the Royal Margarine Cookies release, we have a new Red Velvet Dragon team. So if you guys do not have, Space Donut, this is going to be a good news for you guys because Space Donut is now being replaced by Royal Margarine, who is also able to do Amplified Debuff as well as extra defense down. Alright, so Space Donut is being replaced and this is going to be the new high level dragon team. Okay, so this is going to be the higher level dragon because of course you don't have a healer or support to actually heal for your team other than Milky Way Cookie. All right, so just keep that in mind. This is going to be the higher level dragon team where you're going to try to deal as much damage as possible. All right, so let's go over to topping. Toppings can vary. There's a lot of different variations of this comp right now being shared on YouTube, throughout Discord, and everywhere. So really, in my opinion, you gotta find the one that works for you. I've watched a lot of different ones as well, and kind of took into consideration all of them, but not using the exact same build as they are. And this is the one that worked for me, so this is the one that I'm gonna share with you guys, in case this one works out for you guys. All right. So first of all, the cooldown of Milky Way is above 24.3% is what I have been recommended. I am going with that right now. And attack speed, around 4 to 5% is I think where it should be. If you get it a little bit faster, the shield that you apply onto a Eclair later on does kind of get messed up. So I think this is pretty good for me. No damage resist is really required, and if you can get extra attack and crit, it definitely helps out in doing a little bit more damage, okay, with Milky Way. Next one is going to be Royal Margarine. Margarine is, there's a lot of different builds here as well. I would say just get it above 17 to 18% of the cooldown is where I'll recommend it. I do it manually. There are some auto builds as well. So if you guys are following the auto build, then you do need to specifically go with the same cooldown as they are. However, when you're doing a manual build or manual run like I am, then you don't need to necessarily make the cooldown exactly the same. All right, so at least 17 to 18% is where recommended. The faster cooldown, it really doesn't matter too much. And extra subset is going to be on your attack and crit. If your Margarine is dying, increase the damage resist and you'll have Margarine survive pretty much. All right. And the next one is going to be Sherbet. Sherbet is using 5 of the solid almond. The most important subsets for your Sherbet is going to be your HP as well as damage resist because Sherbet needs to survive. Crit, I have a little bit, but it would definitely help out without having any crit. All right. Just make sure try to get rid of the crit. No attack speed, no cooldown necessarily. You don't really need it. So again, damage resist, HP, defense helps too. It just you just want Sherbet to survive and cast his spell twice. All right. Next one is going to be Prune Juice. Prune Juice is using 5 of the Swift Chocolate. At least 22.8% is what you want it. And then extra subset is going to be for your attack, crit, and attack speed. All right. Attack and crit increases damage. Attack speed allows the prune jellies to go out a little bit faster, allows Prune Juice to stack a little bit more poison before he dies. Next one is going to be Eclair. Eclair is using 5 of the solid almond here. We are focusing on the damage resist, all right, as well as HP. Make sure Eclair has no extra crit percentage or any attack, in my opinion. Eclair needs to survive. Even with this substat, my Eclair is kind of dying here and there if he does crit, so just keep that in mind. Cooldown around 3.5 to about 5% is, where it's a good place to be. Attack speed is, you can have it, you can not have it. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, the most two important is going to be HP and damage resist, and of course, the cooldown. So keep in mind, if any of these cookies are dying, then put in some extra damage resist to help out. The treasures are going to be your scroll, increasing the attack of everything. Pin cushion, allowing the prune jellies to stay alive a little bit longer, stack more poison and deal more damage. And the jelly watch. Jelly watch needs to be level 12. All right. If you have a level like 7 epic one, just switch it out to the common one and it should work out pretty darn well. All right. So here we go, guys. This is going to be level 82 for me on the practice run. So let's see how well we do. All right. I'm going to put my face up there so you guys can see the runs here. So I'm going to put it at manual and one-time speed. First of all, use all the skill at once. All right, I'm mashing the keyboard. All right, Milky Way at 57 is exactly the same as the Space Donut build as before. And then you're just going to use the skills as it comes up. And then at the next rotation, you're gonna use eclairs, and then margarine and Milky Way at 46. All right. And then now you're gonna wait. You're gonna use prune juice, and at 40 seconds is when sherbet skill goes out. Oh, a little late right there. All right. But should be still fine. And then everything else, you start spamming. Right here, you're gonna see eclair. It's gonna get that shield from Milky Way and then survive from the damage reflection. There are times though when your eclair is going to die because of the extra crit that eclair might do. So just keep that one in mind as well. All right. But here we go. And Milky Way should be able to use the damage or defense down. All right. And there you go. A little bit, it depends. It just, you're just going to see different outcomes here and there depending on your damage reflection from the, cookies. But here we go, guys. 375 million. I think this is pretty much the highest that I've done. Of course, keep in mind that the damage output is not going to always be the same for everybody, okay? Keep in mind the relic difference between guilds, your lab upgrades, your ascension and promotion are all going to make a big difference here in the outcome. So keep that in mind. And also, your margarine is actually getting some buffs as well right now from the monument too. So keep that in mind. All right, but there you guys go. The new dragon build that we have going on with Royal Margarine. But once again, guys, again, the difference is going to be on the lab upgrade, relic, levels, your promotion and ascension. But make sure to, use the one that works for you. Again, if any of your cookies are dying, increase the damage resist a little bit on each of them and see if they survive. Sometimes, by just switching out the epic, watch to the common one, sometimes your cookies will survive as well because you're taking a little less damage from the reflection because your damage is decreased by 5% or your attack is decreased by 5%. But, it really depends on what you guys have. And so make sure to run practices, all right? Make sure to run practices, all right? And try it out yourself before you make the decision to attack the actual dragon, all right? But this, again, is going to be for the higher level dragon. Hope you guys found the video helpful, and yeah, good luck with your runs.